couldn't see the thing.
There we go. Ooh.
All right.
You almost got me on the not record the whole episode.
Yeah, you slipping. Ryon was about to get real spicy too.
All
right. Well, we'll see. Peace. Choose to inspire, not destroy. Podcast episode 10. We're back. Still working, still grinding, still figuring it out. I got my guys with me. We got Phoenix in the building. Special guest. Welcome, Queen. If this is your first time, thank you for tuning in. If you've been here before, welcome back. We appreciate you. Wherever you are, whoever you are, you're safe. This is a safe place. We just trying to figure out some things and sort through some demons. Last week, we touched on relationships, our first relationships, how it affected us, how it shaped us as men. I went first. I took up a lot of the time. So, the guys got to get their stories off too. So, fellas, what's up? How y'all doing before y'all figure out who's going to break the ice with the story?
Yo, I'm good.
Fantastic. Good. I'm good.
So that Venom trailer.
Nice. So who's up? Who got the story? Oh, wait. Before we even get into that, 2 seconds, because we're completely transparent with the audience. I just want to put it out there. My castmate Ryon issued a challenge to me, a body transformation challenge. He said we got 3 months. So this is so it's documented, Ryon. You can't run from it. We can take our shirts off now if you want and get it out the way. But
I got my daughter, man. This baby's
all right. That sounds like a plea, but okay. Who's up? Who's up this week?
I mean, I could go. I don't think it's gonna be that long though, because.
All right, we'll see.
All right. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead, spit it out. We'll be the judge. We'll be the judge.
We're gonna press you though.
Yeah. Don't think
one of my biggest. I think one of the biggest things that may have hurt me in the past, right, is I lost my virginity real late, right? So it's not that I didn't have the opportunity. It's the fact that I just wasn't focused on any of that stuff just yet, right? So I lost. It was like 20 going on 21.
Wow.
Right. Okay. And I had just recently moved back to New York. Around that time, there was some stuff called, I don't know if y'all remember, called like the Raven, the Brooklyn Raven. They were chat lines. This is before AOL. This is before MySpace, all that stuff. You used to have to call in to do like phone chat lines. And it was like, you get on the line and it was like 20 people in a room and it's just people yelling. I don't know if you know about the Kofi.
Where they had that at? It's
called a Brooklyn
Florida?
Raven. No,
it was in
New York.
Brooklyn?
Yes.
Nah,
Kofi, you know
what you're talking about.
Nah.
I remember the chat rooms.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It was before AIM. It was before all of that.
Yeah.
And there were like different numbers to get in and out. Yeah.
And it'd be like, you'll click 1, click 2 to go to another room, stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw those on the back of the newspapers.
No.
That was like the freak section.
So if y'all don't know, if you're from Brooklyn, you heard of stuff called Flex from Brooklyn where they come up with the dances, the Jamaican dances later on. Okay. It was all advertised during Flex, all that stuff. It was before all that stuff. So I came in the midst of like the chat line stuff, whatnot. I met this chick on the chat line, and this was like you were like really putting it out. There was no pictures. There was no nothing.
This is before people were meeting people online. Like
you still met up. So you will get a group together.
This is a crazy story.
You realize there's no more payphones.
It's crazy already.
So you get a group together, right? We had a group on the chat line. It was called like the X-Men. It was a deep group. I had my chat line name. I had Armageddon. My cousin had like Apocalypse, all this stuff. It was called the Brooklyn Raven, right? So we meet up. We had like a popular online group. We met up to meet who are who the people are we were talking to online. Because you didn't see any faces. It was just a giant 3-way call, like with full of 20 people. So we met up at like 42nd Street. I don't know if you guys remember back in the days, there was this big arcade called Too Much Is Not Enough. Like there was Barcode, there was Virgin, and there was this big arcade on 42nd Street. So we met up there. I think that's where the train station is at right now, right? We met up there. Oh, see, Kofi remembers these things. We met up there and it was like, oh, you're bad. You're ugly. You sound really pretty on the phone, but you look really bad in real life. this is where you got that face to face, and you met as like a large group, right? So I met this girl, and there was a Spanish girl I was talking to online, and she ended up being pretty. Make a long story short, we started messing with each other, and my cousin, who was a little older than me, was just like, yo, you know what? Nah, she's not for you. She's not right. You know, he started giving me, and I'm young, still young-minded when it comes to like relationships, right? And I was just like, all right, I didn't really heed the warnings or anything like that. All right. So like, he don't know what you're talking about. It is what it is. He's like, nah, she's for the streets back then. She's for the streets. I didn't see that. So I lost my virginity to this girl, and I was in love with this girl, right? And then, so the way my cousin taught me that she was for the streets is that he hit me up one day, and he was like, yo, come through. I came through, and this girl was in my cousin's house, sitting on the side of his bed. And I'm like, yo, I just got off the phone with this chick. She said she was home. So my cousin, older individual, I think he's about 4 or 5 years older than me, right? He was like, what I told you. And the girl was just sitting there dumbfounded because she didn't know my cousin like hit me up, right? And I was sitting there with a giant cry ball in my throat, trying to hold it down. And then she just got up and walked out. That was one of that was it.
What if she was just there visiting a friend?
Wait, hold on. I need a little bit of clarity first. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you were 20, 21 at the time.
Yeah.
You met her on a chat line that it was a whole group of people talking on the chat.
George, this chat line was official though. Like but like every weekend, like 60, 70 people an hour on there.
I've already stated in earlier episodes, I'm not taking any relationship advice from you, Kofi. So
this was the end thing back in the days in New York City. No, I don't even know how you missed it.
I'm from New York, and I was in.
I don't know. No, you weren't. If you don't know about this, you were not in.
No, Brandon don't know about it either.
No, Brandon was younger. He wasn't around there.
How? He's like 3 years younger.
Yeah, y'all only got me by 3.
Yeah, but you couldn't get on there. If you couldn't.
I think Brandon and I are pretty much the same.
What do you mean? So you was 20 and he was 17?
Bro, it was the end.
First off, wait.
It was the end thing.
All right, B, go ahead, B. While I process this, please, because
yo.
It sounds like you was a sucker for love a little bit, Ryon.
Nah, I want to ask a real question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So like my for real question is, like, do you feel like it was the right move for your cousin to like try to sleep with your girl?
No, so that's the thing. There you go. He didn't try to sleep with her. So it's one thing. If somebody,
He just did? I mean,
no. Nothing transpired. So he tried to teach me. I wasn't listening to the bullshit, to the stuff that he was saying. I thought it was bullshit, right? Yeah. And you all hear that story like, yo, if your boy is able to sleep with your girl, then she's for the streets. And to me, it's like it's two wrongs. But he actually did it correctly. He invited her over to show that she was like not trustworthy, and invited her over on the pretense that they were going to sleep together. But that never transpired. He called me the minute she got there and sat on the bed, and then let me see that she was ready to get it down. And then she just got up and walked out, and we never spoke again. So they never slept. They never slept with each other.
So that's why you so cold then, because your first love cheated on you, broke your heart.
Not really, because I always feel like I've been logical. Because I'm telling you.
No, there's no logic in this story.
I could tell you some things, meaning like I deal with these things logically, meaning like you're gonna have good and you're gonna have bad relationships. It's for you to take and dissect what you want from these things. You know what I mean? You could either go sit back on your stoop and moan for years, or you could pick up, move on, and learn little bits and pieces about everything. After that, I wasn't like hey, I'm never going to jump in a relationship again. In fact, I'm a relationship type person. You know what I mean? I never was like a crazy juggler and trying to like date bunch of females out there. It was never that type.
How long was you hurt? How many days did you not eat?
How many days did I not eat?
Yeah, how many hungry days was it?
How much R&B was you listening to?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. But
How many times you play Usher,
like,
Let It Burn?
I love Usher, man.
Or Moving Mountains.
I love Usher. I don't know. I think it affected me for like a month. And then
that's a long time. 30 days?
Yeah, but I never stopped trying to date somebody, jump back on the chat line. But you always have that, have that thing. You always have that thing like, damn, I wish it would have worked out with her name is too. I wish it would have worked out. Real name too. All right. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
no,
some things.
we're glad it didn't work out with.
Oh, I'm glad too. But that's how my mourning process
She's not the one. Get out of here. Matter of fact, we're gonna mute her name out. She's not getting no shine over there. Chat room. Okay, you know so you and Kofi was in the chat rooms, and me and B was
crazy. Chat rooms were crazy.
Yeah, it was big back then.
Yo, I can't even wrap my head around this situation. Let me ask you a question. I'm still like going in on the whole situation, that the way it happened, right? Because I'm of the mindset that sometimes situations wouldn't play out the way they played out if an unnatural like third party didn't interject, right? So like when you see those like cheating shows and they put like the decoy girl and she's like going real hard to get you to say something crazy, and then eventually the dude's like, yeah, I mean, I don't have a girl, right? Like he dumbfounds and he gets caught up, but meanwhile they're like, yo, this is not a real situation. Like he would have never did that regular, and he tried to like be good, right? So my question is, do you know what transpired between your cousin and this girl, right? Like, are you aware of the conversations they had? Like, how much game did he put in? Like, how much did he manipulate the situation to make her for the streets?
Like, did he like a rabbit out of the hat eventually?
So to go back to your initial thing, right? To being like coerced or duped in that he would have never done certain things. Do you really feel? I'm gonna answer your question. I'm first asking a question. Do you really feel like a person has to actually be duped into these things, or is that one of their things that they finally decide to cave into? You know what I mean? Like, was he always a cheater, or was she always a cheater, and she just decided maybe this is the time I won't get caught? Somebody say, yeah, hey, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, you don't really know. I say it was always in you if you still can't deny it, if you still can't turn it down and be like.
So I think a lot of cheating is situational, right? Like the right person at the right place at the wrong time, and like things happen if you allow them to happen, right? Like absolutely, there's personal accountability, right? But there's also like removing yourself from those situations that provide that level of like temptation or whatever it might be for you, right? I don't think everyone cheats, but I think like there's a situation where anyone could be in that might go left, right? She was in that situation, right? I don't know if her threshold was real low. You know what I mean? Like some people need a lot more to push them over the edge. Some people need a lot less, right? Maybe all he did was say, "What's up?" And she was like, "Yep, I'm on my way," right? But
then you wasn't in that situation. Then she wasn't in that situation. And she was down for that situation. She was for the streets.
She was in a chat room.
It's meaning
it shouldn't be no surprise.
Once we exchanged numbers and became an item, and my cousin met her and I met her, that was it. Like she was not exchanging. She wasn't supposed to be exchanging numbers with anybody else. You didn't end up in a situation where you ended up with my cousin in a corner store and he was like, yo, you don't got no money for a chocolate bar. No, you voluntarily gave your number. You took a train from New Lots and walked your ass to the 90s.
New Lots on the L or the 3?
On the 3. And walked your behind. That says it all,
Ryon.
That's a bad
chat room, and she took the train from New Lots on the 3.
And walked your behind to Kings Highway and Remsen. No, you didn't put yourself. You didn't just get caught up in a situation shit. You know what I mean? Like you put yourself in that situation.
Okay, but let me ask you this: was it a relationship? Was it clear that you and her were in a relationship, or did y'all just sleep together? And because you caught feelings, that was your girl.
Nah, it was clear. So the reason why I say it was clear, it was because by that time everybody knew so and so and so and so was Armageddon's girl, because that was my name on the chat.
Yeah,
we were using all the X-Men and comic book names.
God.
So was like Armageddon's girl, right?
Armageddon's girl.
Whenever she got into the room, they would know, oh, this is part of the Marvel's crew or whatever. Yo, I'm telling you, it was official, all right?
So you kept going into the room after you became exclusive with her?
Because so the chat lines, I think you got to know the schematics of the chat lines. They weren't just dating. It wasn't just like a date. It wasn't like a dating thing. It was like an official chat line. Like if you were to do like a Twitch stream nowadays, it was chat lines for video games. There was chat lines for comics. There was chat lines for dating. Like you would exit a room.
Okay. So it was like a live.
It was like a live type thing. Right. So yeah, they'll still go back on it and then talk and go to different rooms or whatnot. So yeah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
How did that change you forever though? Because that's what we're trying to get to. You know, how did that relationship affect you? Yeah.
To analyze myself, I don't feel like it changed me much. The reason being is because I've always been this logical, analytical type of dude. Meaning, like, even from like elementary to middle school, I dealing with certain things, I felt I dealt with it good. Meaning, I could separate. You know, I never let it like move on to another relationship. Even when I moved on to another relationship, I would tell somebody, yo, I ain't really ready for this yet. And I would tell them, you could ask my girlfriend as of today if I never said that in the very beginning. You know what I mean? And then things form, and then you begin to, you know, get ready for the relationship, or you begin to accept somebody in your life.
Why weren't you ready though? You feel like you weren't ready because of that experience?
Who, me? Oh no, not with this one. Before this.
No, I just mean period. You said you got in situations and you let them know off the rip that you weren't ready for certain things.
So when I was younger, after that relationship, I felt I wasn't ready because in my mindset, I wanted to live. I wanted to attempt the young chick, meaning like I wanted to play the field, but I was never able to do that. So, you know, I was go outside in my parachute goes and all these things and see how many numbers I could bag and how many, like I wanted to play the field. I don't know if y'all remember parasucos with stripe down the side. Yep. It was a thing back then, right?
I'm American.
That's American. You got that from films.
Oh man!
Only the Spanish kids.
I didn't shop at Vim's. My sister took me to bargain center to get my clothes on Pickett Avenue.
Yo, Vim's was kind of a bargain center too.
Nah, it was not a bargain center. Vim's was like a Macy's compared to bargain center.
But that's why I wasn't ready, because I was trying to attempt to do something that I wasn't at that time. You know, or be something that I wasn't at that time.
So you wanted to be a player, and it just wasn't.
I wanted to. I wanted to.
Why?
I could never fulfill it. Huh?
Why?
Because it always looked like they were having more fun than I was. Meaning I was sitting there catching feelings and being in long relationships, but everybody else seemed like they was having fun. You know what I mean? Like they were going from one female to the next. Everybody was talking about their stuff. Meanwhile, I'm like, all right. You know, so what's going on with me? You know what I mean? It was just that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that.
But when you're younger, that's not how I analyzed it. When I was younger, I was like, you know, maybe I'm I don't know. I got hold up or something.
That wasn't the culture though. When I was younger, I know. Like if you had a girl and you were faithful, you were like a square. Like your friends kind of laughed at you.
You see?
It wasn't
Exactly.
cool to be faithful to somebody when I was growing up, and it made it kind of difficult to just want to be in a relationship and not do a whole bunch of other things.
See? Exactly. We the same age, so you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, yo, let me see if I can do this field, to play this field, and it ain't work out for me because I wasn't built like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once a cheater, always a cheater.
No, I don't think so. Huh?
You said you do, D?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. And I feel like cheating is gonna sound crazy. Whoever is listening out there, yes, I have my own different opinion on cheating.
Ryon
I feel like
Samuels, here we go.
Cheating is
exercising options.
How can I say it? Jay-Z has said that line, you know, I was just messing with them hoes. I would just get right back to you. Like, it's a different thing. Wait. Let me finish.
Nah, go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I feel like cheating, right? It could. Dang, I can't even figure out the word. Like it's a situation type thing, right? Like, for the sexual gratification of it. Some people emotionally cheat, right? And then some people cheat because they just don't know how to hold down a relationship, and it's something like a security issue or insecurity issue, right? And then some people cheat because they really. So I have another situation for you, right? I believe that you can love more than one person, and I believe it's for you to keep that under wraps, like keep that under control. I don't believe as human beings like we're incapable of loving more than one person. So one more situation, right? This is probably crazier than my last, and this is before I met my girlfriend that I'm with today, right? So I was dating this girl in 2008. The recession happened, right? And I was working. Well, the recession happened. I lost my job before I met this girl. Let me rewind. 2008, I was working, lost my job, recession happened, I had no job, couldn't get a job. I don't know if you guys remember, I think it was during Bush or whoever was it that caused the recession for like a year and change, and nobody was hiring, right? Couldn't get a job, but I met this girl, and I didn't think it was gonna go anywhere because I'm like, yo, who's this girl? Why would this girl want to fuck with me? I have no money whatsoever. Like, ain't nobody messing with anybody like this. Did I tell you this before, George?
Nah, you never told me this one.
I think I did. You might remember it, right? You might remember it when I finish.
Either way, you got to tell the audience.
All right. So I started messing with this girl, and this girl ended up being, she was great. You know, everything was working out. I'm like, I still couldn't figure out, you know, how she was messing with me, and I was broke. I wasn't paying for dates. I was chilling with a friend. I was staying with a friend at that time. Like, I was literally in my friend's closet, you know, looking for a job. And this was my room for the time being. And she would come over and chill like it was nothing. And I thought that was the greatest thing. So I immediately fell in love because I thought, this person can't be any greater. You never hear things like this. Like, you have to be someone doing something, or you have to be situated in order to get a significant other, right? Make a long story short, I got myself back up on my feet, started back working, ended up with 2 jobs. Some things transpired during the whole time we were dating. It was like 2 years. Certain things transpired, which I'll tell y'all in the midst, right? So basically, this girl used to come back and forth to California like every month or every, and I'm like, yeah, where's she getting this money? Because she's a student, right? So she wasn't working, but she was living on 14th Street. And those of you guys that don't know 14th Street, yeah, you already know, right? Like, Union Square area, that's a lot of money, you know, living out there. So she wasn't working. She was going up, I think it was Parsons or whatever school is out there in School of Art, whatever. Wasn't working, traveling back and forth, no money. I didn't know where she was getting the money from. Never thought of it one bit because I was just like, yo, this girl is in love with me. I'm in love with her. Never came to my mind. When I got my job back is when all this stuff started coming in. I'm like, yo, how you able to do all this stuff? You know, but again, I never questioned it. Then she came to me, she graduated. Roles had turned where she didn't have a job and she was in the process of going back to California. And I'm like, no, how you gonna leave me? We together, we two peas in a pod. I'm gonna get you a job where I worked. At that time, I was working for, I won't say it. I was working for this company where you couldn't, there was no fraternization, right? So you couldn't date anyone else. You couldn't date you couldn't date in the company. She went on another vacation. I worked nights. She worked days in the company. I came to work one night after she came from vacation and she supposedly worked that day. And I'm walking through the building and everyone's like, yo, did you see what happened? Oh my gosh, that was the greatest proposal ever. Free said yes. Do you remember this? Did I tell you this?
No.
Oh, man. All right. Free said yes, that was so amazing. Her boyfriend proposed to her and she said yes. And I'm walking up and down the stairs, I'm hearing this, and my homeboy, my gay homeboy, I say he's gay just to put it in the mannerisms the way how he explained it. He was just like, Ryon, don't listen to anyone, don't talk to any, because he knew of my situation. He knew that we were dating. He was like, don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone, just call Free and find out what's going on. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know what's transpiring. Basically, I got upstairs and I heard, I'm hearing all this chatter. I'm hearing her name and somebody proposing to her. I'm like, yo, I'm her boyfriend. Who the hell proposed to her? So I called her and make a long story short, she was traveling back and forth to California because she had another person on the side, her high school sweetheart or whatever. And he finally came and proposed to her after they had a vacation with each other. And she said yes. I called her, I was spazzing, ready to go off. I said, I'm coming to your apartment. No, don't come there. He's here. I just said yes because, everybody was in front of me. I didn't want to turn it down and make a scene. So I'm like, so what's going to happen? I'm going to tell him no. I already told him no. He's leaving tomorrow. After that conversation, I never heard from that chick again. She moved back to California, got married. Yo, this is a true story.
So
moved back to California, got married. I say this to say that
please.
Even with all that, like all these considered traumatic things, it didn't hinder me from moving on. Like I'm not one of those individuals that was like,
You believe this when you say this too.
Yeah,
I do.
You cold as ice, bro.
But I've always been cold. And I don't look at the thing is, I don't look at it as cold. I look at it as like logical.
Because it's you. It's a defense mechanism.
The reason why I said it is like I didn't give her an out, but I don't believe for 1 second that she wasn't in love with me. The reason being is because you wouldn't do all that for some broke dude. We were dating for like 2-3 years. You wouldn't do all that for some broke dude just off the GP. I'm just cheating with this guy.
She was cheating on you though, Ryon.
Yeah, but I still believe that you could love two people at the same time. I don't believe that. Oh,
so you saying she loved you and she loved him?
Yeah, she was cheating on me, but I don't think that it was like reserved. Like this was
she was cheating on him.
She was cheating on both of us.
Nah, you were the side.
Yeah,
he was the main dish.
Nothing to offer. Yeah.
Well, yeah. If he got married,
she held you down. Well, respect to her then, because at least she stuck around until you was situated and on your feet. She didn't. But that's what I'm saying. You was down, and then she went ahead with her life to her happily ever after.
That's because he wasn't the main dude, right? So like he was fun, right? And you're not looking for all of those things from the person that's on the side.
Yeah.
Right.
So
your wife
would go through all that. You would go through all that. Like we went through a lot. She paid for a lot of shit just for fun.
It's fun.
Probably with his money.
Yeah, because it's fun.
It wasn't on her. It probably was his money, and
I believe that.
This dude is cool. It is, Am I Brandon and Kofi, please tell me if I sound like I'm crazy. Do it sound like these are all a part of the reasons why he's so cold? His first sexual experience, he never spoke to again after an incident with his cousin. Someone else he loved got engaged at his job to another man, never spoke to him again. And he's saying he's just cool. He's all right.
But I've been like that.
Because that's
logical. What I'm trying to say. I've been like that.
All right. Audience, or I need a name for you guys to call y'all when I address y'all. But leave a comment. Interact with us. Let us know what you think. This is Ryon's story. Let us know what you got from it, because I know what I got from it.
Yo, you just been wanting an excuse to say I'm cold and not logical this whole time.
Yo.
Come on. Like you told
Ryon,
the
you ever
story.
seen Ryon, you ever see the depiction of like Insanity where it's like of the smiling face but crying?
Yeah. But I'm not crying.
You crying
inside you are.
I'm good. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm good. Man, listen, y'all just
you might be good now.
I'm mad I even shared this story because now y'all talking about that's why he's cold.
I'm sorry. I apologize, King. You're not cold. Maybe like scorned is a better word. I don't know.
But I never passed that on to another woman.
After either of those incidents, did you just go on a Mary J binge and struggle love like music for like a week?
No,
and a half?
What I'm trying to tell you guys. I never passed on any scorn feelings to any other relationship. I never went on this binge. No.
I think you did it subconsciously. I really. Yeah.
Wait, what you say?
Like,
are you waiting for an apology crying from those?
No, I mean, I'm good. Like, I wouldn't even want to apologize because I ain't apologizing to nobody.
It don't sound like you got much to apologize for, man. And these two stories, it sounds
like it literally wasn't your fault.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I owe you an apology because I thought you were the problem. Maybe
this guy here.
Nah, you got
it's like you were driving. It's like you were driving to work and the police were chasing somebody and totaled your car. Like,
yeah,
you're like, yo, like, what am I supposed to do?
Yo, I can't wait to see the reactions to this story, bro. Yeah, I need some comments. I need people to like ask some questions. I got questions, but we don't have time for them.
If we have more time, it's gonna be legit. Like, oh, poor baby, he's short.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, you think you slick? This is how you trying to get some sick,
bro. I'm trying to tell you guys.
We got to do the wrap up quick. We about to get cut. I don't want to get cut without saying that outro.
All right. Well, this was Ryon's story.
I can't wait.
It was an interesting one. We was in the building. Next up, we got Brandon. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Whatever you do, be happy, be inspired, show love to the ones that love you. Just keep moving forward. Choose to inspire, not destroy. Peace.